so simple and so sweet. And I think it sounded quintessentially Christmas to me. It was very festive, fun, and warm and welcoming. It was a great, super simple little holiday tune. Ho, 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 and hello out there. Welcome back to a very special, actually, Christmas edition of the Audiophiles. My name is Andy, and the fellow over there is John. John? How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm great. Ho, ho, ho. I thought we were back in Compton for a minute there. But, yeah.
No, we aren't. So I believe you've got a song for me to listen to today. Is that right?
Yes. In fact, have you received the little present I sent you?
I did. Oh, was that supposed to be part of it? I thought that was just out of the kindness of your heart here. I did receive this stocking from you. And in it is this piece of paper. Well, lo, just like Christmas is what it reads.
That's the kiddie. That's the kiddie.
Right. So, lo, just like Christmas. I shall go off and venture this a listen and come back and let you know if it's put me in the holiday spirit. Sleigh bells are so infectious. I know they're just consistently doing the same thing over and over again, but it is one of the more musically one of the more festive sounds. You know what I mean? You hear sleigh bells, you can't help but think of Christmas. So yeah, and there's something sweet and light and airy about this vocal delivery, while it's still upbeat and kind of fun. So yeah, this is cute. I like it so far.
But we felt so young. It was just like Christmas. 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 It was just like Christmas.
I love that acoustic guitar. Sorry, that's the gesture I was doing. That sounds so sweet. It's all of it's quite simple, but it's pleasing and festive. Perfect for this time of year.
It was just like Christmas.
such a sweet, simple song, but it does exactly what the name would imply or what you suppose it would promise. And that is feelings of, just the Christmas spirit. And yeah, it's very cute. Love the sleigh bells, love the judiciously placed tom hits, love the acoustic guitar. Yeah, very simple, but very festive. And this is a sweet little ditty. Good pick, John.
So you're back. How
Yes.
do you find the present which I gave you and the rest of the Audiophiles world?
This was a little cup of hot cocoa. This is great. This is it was so sweet and simple.
Yeah,
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 right? Oh, and yet it does what all good holiday songs should do, which is like evoke, I don't know, nostalgia or these feelings of I don't know, of just being close to loved ones, and like all
hmm
the aesthetics were there as well
yeah,
in this tune. So I love the way it kicks off with this like slightly muffled but upbeat drum track
yeah,
that's joined by like perhaps the most festive of all sounds, which is the sleigh bells. So like instantly I'm like, oh, I'm loving this. And this beat has this little Yuletide pep in its step, and it's really smile inducing right from the word go. I loved it. There's also like something sweet about this folksy vocal delivery to the song, and there's this warmth in the vocals. And who doesn't like warmth during the holidays, right? It's
yeah,
you almost get the feeling that it's cold outside, but you're being kept warm just by listening to the sounds that are going on in this. Um, there's this the acoustic guitar that appears every now and again in the song, and it's simple and it's a lovely little touch. And it's coupled with the drums and the sleigh bell. The song feels like you're in a horse-drawn sleigh, and you're moving through the snow path on your way to some relative's house. And it's like occasionally there are these like slightly distant, almost muffled sounds to the tom hits. And the drums are like this fleeting sound of something you hear as you pass by it, which only further
yeah.
sort of perpetuates this idea of being on a moving sled. And I really, really like that a lot. And it's just so simple and so sweet. And I think it sounded quintessentially Christmas to me. It was very festive, fun, and warm and welcoming. It was a great, super simple little holiday tune.
Yeah, I would say of like the Christmas, stuff. This would be my top five, maybe top three Christmas tunes that I like to listen to. I don't mind some traditional ones. When I mean traditional, I mean cheesy stuff from the 70s and 80s, traditional.
Yeah.
But this is a great little one, and it's so unimposing, but it's
Yeah.
just there, you know. Um, yeah, yeah. So it's just I love this, and I'll just tell you a little bit about Low because it wouldn't be fair not to mention them. So they were an American indie rock band from Duluth, Minnesota, formed in 1993. Alan Sparhawk, guitar and vocals, and Mimi Parker, drums and vocals. And the band was a trio from 93 to 2020, and they just had four different bass players throughout that time.
Mm.
Now, it's quite interesting because they did do some interesting stuff. Sparhawk had been in a band called Zen Identity, and they recruited a new bass player called John Nichols, and he was teaching Nichols the songs during practices. And they started improvising with really modest, quiet themes. And as a joke at the time, this is like early to mid 90s. What would happen if they played such quiet music in front of audiences during a time when the most popular style of music was grunge? Um, so they left and they formed, and they got in Sparhawk's wife, Mimi Parker, to play a very modest drum kit, which had one snare drum, one cymbal, one floor tom, and she always used brushes. Um, and so their music was characterized, particularly early on, as being slow tempo, minimalist arrangements, and they were sort of named their sound was slowcore. And they were quite well known for their live performances. Audiences sometimes watch the band and they would sit on the floor to watch them. Early on, they had really sympathetic and inattentive audiences, and the way they responded to that is they turned their volume down, which is really passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And it was such that they were always, susceptible to background noise and chatter, so much so that a performance in '96 at the South by Southwest Festival was overpowered by a Scandinavian hardcore band that was booked downstairs, and their music would drown them out.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Well,
So they produced 13 albums and loads of EPs. If you're interested, this isn't representative of their sound. Their sound's a lot quieter and slow, and this is the most popular they'll ever get. 2001's Things We Lost in the Fire album's a really good starting point if anyone is interested. I'm sure the people know about it. This is the lead track from their 1999 Christmas EP, which they do other stuff on as well. Sparhawk on guitar and backing vocals, Parker on drums and vocals, and Zach Sally was on bass. And it really is an uncharacteristic poppy outing with these drums, sleigh bells, straight out of Phil Spector's playbook. I mean, it really is that sort of, sound to it. Great timpanis in there as well. And they used to say this driving sort of, transforming. You will not be surprised to know that there are a huge amount of cover versions of this song out there. I lost count. I'm just going through YouTube, but I mean, there are 25, 35 different artists, most of which I've never heard of. But editors, the Interpol wannabes,
yeah.
Silver Sun Pickups, done a version of it, and Snow Patrol as well.
I was actually going to say that it popped after I listened to this. It popped up in my next queue or whatever was the Silver Sun pickup, and it's because I listen to a lot of Silver Sun pickups on YouTube.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh shit, what?" So I'm gonna have to go up and give that a listen. That's a Christmas present within a Christmas present. So thanks again, John. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a good version. Lowe disbanded following the death of Parker in 2022 from ovarian cancer.
Oh.
Sparhawk confirmed this via Twitter this year in June, just saying, Lowe is and was me, he wrote. It was amazing. I'm grateful. So that, fair enough. And this song is actually a true story, which is really funny. So I didn't write this down, but I saw an interview when they were talking about it. And basically, they were on tour in Scandinavia. They were on their way from Stockholm. It did start to snow. It was in something stupid like August. And one of them said, it's just like Christmas. And the other one said, no, it isn't. And by the time they got to where they go in, there was no snow. And that was it.
Yeah.
So the lyrics, which are very short, are on our way from Stockholm, it started to snow. And you said it was like Christmas, but you were wrong. It wasn't like Christmas at all. By the time we got to Oslo, the snow was gone and we lost. And we got lost, sorry. The beds were small, but we felt so young. It was just like Christmas times 6, and then that break, the instrumental down, and then it comes back in. It was just like Christmas times 8, and that's it. So there you go.
Yeah, that's such a sweet little anecdote, right? Just summed up so nicely. Oh, that's great.
Brilliant. Awesome. Okay, well, I mean, folks out there, thank you so much for joining us to watch this nonsense. Yeah. I'm sure you've got lots of Brussels sprouts to get back to and arguments over the TV remote. But we really appreciate you joining us for this little snippet. Anything to divert you away from the people that that you hate, I mean the people you love in your life, then all the good for it. We really appreciate all of your attendance this year, and from Andy and myself, we wish you both a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
You on the next episode of the Audiophiles.
Merry Christmas.